King Charles is endearing and confident but must tackle Prince Harry rift. Not only does today mark the first anniversary of the death of the late Queen, it almost marks exactly 1 year since King Charles ascended to the throne, and here a group of experts give their verdict to the Mirror on his first year in charge. Welcome to Royal Expert. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any news about the British royal family. The late Queen's death exactly 1 year ago was the end of an era, and the dawn of a brand new one. Immediately after she took her last breath on September 8, 2022, her eldest son Charles became king, meaning today also marks the first anniversary since he ascended to the throne. It had long been speculated what a King Charles monarchy would be like compared to that of his dutiful mothers. And it has certainly been a drama-filled first 12 months for the 74-year-old king, who has had to tackle family drama involving son Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle, political turmoil and even 2 egging incidents. But now, with a whole year in the top job under his belt, should he be happy with how it has gone so far? Has his youngest son scuppered his early reign? And how is he taking the monarchy into the future? The Mirror asks 3 experts to give their take. Charles is curiously endearing but must offer Harry olive branch. Royal historian Dr. Tessa Dunlop, the author of Elizabeth and Philip, A Story of Young Love, Marriage, and Monarchy, believes Charles has survived his first year relatively unscathed but top of his list of things to tackle are family dramas. She said, 1 year into the job, and the Carolean era. And Charles' approval ratings hover around the 60% mark. No, he will never touch the dizzy heights of his late mother, but he's not doing badly for a man once so vilified many couldn't imagine him as king or let alone his one-time mistress as queen, as in 1997 86% of people did not want a Queen Camilla. So much has changed. Charles, who boasts more palaces than hot dinners in a cost-of-living crisis, is a curiously endearing king. Despite the odd eggy incident and Prince Harry's brutal royal exposés, he's survived his first year relatively unscathed. The trappings of monarchy help, kilts, crowns and coronation robes. There is something touching about a once Scottish prince hitting the big time in his 8th decade. The odd Victor Meldrew moment, Pengate, and a grump in the coronation carriage, reminds us of his vulnerability. At 74, Charles is almost in national treasure terrain. The young queen benefited from extreme youth in her first year. For Charles it's the reverse. In comparison with our callow shower of politicians, the king cuts a reassuring public figure. Not every new monarch has fared so well. Gadfly Edward VIII abdicated before he was even crowned, and it took World War II for people to appreciate his stumbling brother, George VI. But obstacles lie ahead, and top of the list are family matters. Sources confirm that Charles has deeply felt the fallout from his son Harry's departure and attacks against monarchy. "Don't make my final years a misery," he begged his feuding boys before the flame-haired prince hit the detonate button. However, it is the king, not the duke, who's in the position of power. Secure as sovereign, Charles can afford to move publicly to mend their father-son relationship. Forgiveness and redemption are important qualities in a modern king. If not this week, when Harry touches base in Britain, then sometime soon. An olive branch in the direction of the Montecito mansion would play well with a growing minority who are ambivalent or anti-monarchy. As for Andrew, more films and documentaries are pending from that quarter. Charles needs to keep his distance and encourage full transparency. In the meantime, let's feel grateful that Charles was born before his brother. When it comes to hereditary monarchy, we could do so much worse. Charles has a newfound confidence despite being much maligned. Ingrid Seward, the editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine and a royal biographer, says dependable Charles has taken on his new role with a new mellowed vibe. She told the Mirror, "The transition was seamless. However hard for Charles, his accession on that September day at Balmoral Castle was something he had been prepared for. His mother was weak and nearing her end, but no one knew when that end would come. As a deeply religious person, Charles's first thought on becoming king as his mother passed on, was for God to give him strength. Strength to manage the enormous responsibilities of becoming monarch in such unstable times. Ingoing and outgoing prime ministers had been at Balmoral only 48 hours before when the late Queen had kissed hands on forming the new administration. Thanks for watching till the end.